grows from the bottom, it grows outward from the heart of a vibrant middle class. And I believe that we cannot stop investing in the things that help create that middle class, that create real, long-lasting, broad-based growth in this country. And we certainly shouldn't be doing it just so the richest Americans can get another tax cut. We should be strengthening those investments. We should be making college more affordable. We should be expanding our investment in clean energy. Now, here's the other thing that the Republicans will tell you. They'll say, well, we've got to make all these drastic cuts because our deficit is too high. Our deficit is too high. And their argument might actually have a shred of credibility to it if you didn't find out that they wanted to spend $4.6 trillion on lower tax rates. I don't know how many of you are math majors, business majors. You can't pay down a deficit by taking in $4.6 trillion of less money. Especially when you're denying that you're going to be making all these cuts.
Secrets.
It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. And keep in mind, more than $1 trillion of the tax cuts they propose would be going to people who make more than $250,000 a year. That is an average of at least $150,000. Again, we're just taking the numbers with the details they've given us, and you spread it out. That averages to at least $150,000 for every millionaire, billionaire in the country. Each millionaire and billionaire, on average, would get $150,000. Some folks would get a lot more. So we did some math of our own. We added up all the investments $150,000 could pay for. All right? So this is, let's say, a tax break that I might get that I really don't need. You know, I've got treated pretty well in this life. So right now, I'm going to be okay. Malia, Sasha, they're going to be able to go to college. Michelle's doing fine. So understand what this means. Here's what $150,000 means. $150,000, this is what each millionaire and billionaire would get, on average. This could pay for a tax credit that would make a year of college more affordable for students like you, plus a year's worth of financial aid for students like you, plus a year's worth of prescription drug savings for one of your grandparents, plus a new computer lab for this school, plus a year of medical care for a veteran in your family who went to war and risked their lives fighting for this country, plus a medical research grant for a chronic disease, plus a year's salary for a firefighter or a police officer. $150,000 could pay for all of these things combined. Think about that. So let me ask you, what's the better way to make our economy stronger? Do we give another $50,000 in tax breaks to every millionaire and billionaire in the country? Or should we make investments in education and research and healthcare and our veterans? And I just want to emphasize again. Look, I want folks to get rich in this country. I think it's wonderful when people are successful. That's part of the American dream. You know, it is great that you make a product, you create a service, you do it better than anybody else. And that's what our system's all about. But understand, the share of our national income going to the top 1% has climbed to levels we haven't seen since the 1920s. The the folks who are benefiting from this are paying taxes at one of the lowest rates in 50 years. You might have heard of this, but Warren Buffett is paying a lower tax rate than his secretary. Now that's wrong. That's not fair. And so we've got to choose which direction we want this country to go. Do we want to keep giving those tax breaks to folks like me who don't need them, or to give them to Warren Buffett? He definitely doesn't need them. Or Bill Gates, he's already said, I don't need them. Or do we want to keep investing in those things that keep our economy growing and keep us secure? That's the choice. In Florida, I've told you where I stand. So now it's time for members of Congress to tell you where they stand. In the next few weeks, we're going to vote on something we call the Buffett rule. Very simple. If you make more than $1 million a year, now I'm not saying you have $1 million, right? I'm not saying you saved up